And joining us now to discuss the latest U.S. tariffs on China and more is Steve ייטס, Senior Research Fellow on China and National Security Policy at the Heritage Foundation. He's also the former Deputy National Security Advisor to Vice President Dick Cheney. Steve, thank you so much for joining us. Good to see you again. Now, China has vowed to fight till the end, with the White House today saying it was a mistake for China to retaliate and that China both needs and wants a deal. How likely are we to see a deal before these 104% tariffs hit at midnight?
I think very unlikely to see a deal before the tariffs hit. But I do think it's likely that within a couple of months, China is going to have to come to the table and negotiate. They are the primary target for this reordering of the global order, as people want to call it. Really, it hasn't had much order for the past 40 years or so, other than one direction movement of capital and manufacturing to China. And so that is the rebalancing that's underway. Lots and lots of countries, as your package mentioned, are coming to renegotiate with the United States. And that would have been a rational response from China. But under Xi Jinping, they're not following rationality for the moment. I think they're following hubris.
To your point, it does seem so far China is the only one retaliating. Over 70 countries are already reaching out to the U.S. to negotiate. Now, in terms of potential future trade relations with Japan, Taiwan, Vietnam, what leverage does the U.S. have over China here? Could these countries move away from working with China on trade?
Well, there's several forms of leverage that the United States has at long last discovered. It's always had it. Number one is the enormous consumer market that we have. Ultimately, we are the engine of global growth because America consumes so much. Our people do, but also the business that we do here has a lot of inputs from everywhere around the world. China doesn't have that to fall back on. There's been kind of this carrot at the end of the stick that a lot of investors have been pursuing in investing in manufacturing in China, that they might one day reach that big China market, but it isn't built around consumption. It's an export-oriented economy. And what they're doing now is they're jeopardizing their exports. So that's why I think it's ultimately irrational. The other form of leverage is, yes, they are pushing the world to decouple and rebalance. And ultimately that brings them more towards deals with us and each other. So if China is not smart, it's taking itself out of the dominant place in the equation.